Hey, what up everybody? Welcome to Denver. It is super nice outside. I think it's about 57 degrees. We're at Denver Skate Park right now. Somebody tatted up this little feature. There's a cool little quarter pipe they have over here. Nice little rail, little portable rail. Let's see what homeboy does right here. We're rolling Linda's car tonight. Linda's out of town. She had all sorts of drama with her flights getting out of Denver. Off at the airport. He got into town on Thursday. So Linda left on Thursday. He got into town on Thursday. And the day before Linda left, there were all of these airline strikes on the airline that she chose. She was flying Lufthansa, I think. They sent her a message the day before she was going to leave that there were all kinds of airline strikes and that she couldn't get on that flight. She almost ditched the trip completely because it messed up all the different Airbnbs and connections and whatever. But she ended up rebooking through, I think, Turkish Airways. She left on Thursday. Then another one of my friends from LA came in because he was going to show up to this surprise birthday party for one of my friends last night. He had all of these issues because I guess TSA in America is having problems too. I've been to the airport 4 times in the last 72 hours. Glad that I don't have to go back there for a while. Linda's going to be gone for 2 weeks. So I'll try to get her to come out with me next time. Well, it's probably going to be 15 days, but in 2 weeks, I'll have her come back and give us some stories from her international trip. We went and exchanged a bunch of cash for euros, and I told her just to get all the street food that she wanted, document it, take a lot of pictures. I was like, but this is your vacation. Just eat whatever you want. I think that's what she's going to do. She even dieted a little bit before the trip so that she could eat a lot. All right, I'm just pulling up the chat. If I miss anything tonight, please let me know in the chat, especially at the very end. I'll try to double back and see if anybody needed my attention that couldn't get it. What up, Daniel? What up, Wu-Tang Life? Fireball, Michelle, Christian, 707, Lisa, Blue Agave, what up? 70 or C Maddox, KD, Waves. All right, I think we're just gonna kind of chill tonight. We're starting here at Denver Skate Park. I'm just gonna kind of take us a couple laps around the city, see what's happening. Happy to have you with me. I feel really good tonight. I'll take care of all the driving. You just sit back and relax, enjoy the ride. Karen K, about a month ago, I wrote in a chat that someone had mentioned your work in LA. I figured out it was Dad's Gone Live from Bakersfield. He just left Arizona for California. Shout out to Jacob. That's my homie in Bakersfield. He gets around. Hey, what up, Alert SoCal? What up, May? That's my friend Brent in OC. What up, Brent? All right. I'm just going to cruise around, see what we can get into tonight. Happy to have you with me. Happy Saturday night. I'm seeing an ambulance over here. I didn't really put the right view to show it. The police activity that we get here is pretty much medical stuff like this. So the friend of mine that just had a birthday, he turned 50. And so a couple of my friends flew in that have known him for a long time. He was one of my friends that moved from LA to Colorado. He was from Colorado, but he'd spent over 20 years in LA, which is what my story was too. And then his wife, she grew up in the Valley, and when she moved to Colorado, that was her first time living in any other state other than California. So got to talk to them a lot last night. When you're 50 years old, you do a lot of like looking back at your life. You pretty much think that you have half of the life done. I think that's kind of a safe bet. We were even saying last night, like back in the 1800s, probably earlier than that, if you lived to be 50, that was probably pretty lengthy life. But I have a grandma that's in her late 90s. There are definitely some people in my family that have lived over 100. I have a great uncle that's 107, about to be 108. So yeah, we had some old people talk, like what we're hoping retirement looks like, when we're going to start planning for that. I told him that Linda and I already started planning our pickleball career. Like we want to play that when we're super old. And we get beat by really old people now, which is still motivating. Like, whoa, we could play this for 30 years, 40 years. Just wait until you're 77. Well, that was the conversation started with me saying that I didn't really anticipate going over 40. 40 to me was old age. And then I kind of lived 0 through 40 thinking that 40 was the roof. And then when I broke through the roof, I kind of had to renegotiate a lot of life plans. And I like to ask people that are older than I am if they have advice for me. My dad passed away a couple years ago. He was not really the advice guy. He was like live by example kind of guy. But I do like to hear wisdom from people that are older than I am. It's even funnier to hear it from kids that are younger than I am. Hello, how are you doing tonight? Christy Storm, what up? Hey, what up, Sonia? My friend that I picked up from the airport, as soon as I grabbed him, we came downtown to eat. I took him into that area called Dairy Block, which is kind of a bunch of different food options. It's sort of like a food hall. And there were a bunch of people standing around outside, and we couldn't really figure out why. And then I was like, okay, follow me. And we went inside, and there were these flashing white lights. And then the elevator opened, and it was a bunch of firefighters. And at the moment that I saw the firefighters, I was like, okay, I just realized that the flashing lights were because there was like a fire alarm. And then I smelled the smoke. And my friend's like, I don't think we're supposed to be in here. It smells like they just evacuated this place. There was a fire inside that Dairy Block area. I know I've taken the stream over there to see the artwork that's in the little alley behind Dairy Block. But it was just really surreal. It was all of these first responders and then my buddy and I just standing there. They didn't say anything to us. Like, they didn't acknowledge us at all. They just continued doing whatever it was they were doing. And then we ate at Rio Grande Mexican restaurant. It was decent. I want to say it's like 6.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Which if it were LA, we would have gone someplace like El Coyote and dialed in a 9 out of 10. This friend that stayed with me, we were doing a lot of like back in the day reminiscing. He was my boss when I first moved to LA. And hey, can anybody hear me? It just asked me if I wanted to restart, and I say yes. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me right now. I just did a restart, I had to shut down the whole phone. Oh, check this. Light rail going by right here. I had to restart the whole phone, and then when I restarted the app, it asked me if I wanted to continue with the last broadcast, and I said yes. So I'm kind of experimenting to see if that actually worked. Oh, you can hear me. That's good. That's good news. And I need to switch this. Okay, good. Daniel's still in here. Fireball, Tony. Okay. Let's hope that helped. Someone said hello from Istanbul, Turkey. That's where Linda is right now. Oops, hold on. Linda flew into Istanbul yesterday. I think she said they were 7 hours ahead. Maybe I'm wrong. This is where I was going to do the restart on the big blue bear butt. I love this thing. It's so much more epic when you're here in person and you see like how absolutely huge it is. Ooh, this might be the thumbnail right here. So Linda's out of town for 2 weeks. It's the first time that I've had the apartment all to myself for 2 weeks. And she invited me on the trip. She's like, "Are you gonna be all right by yourself?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be okay." Right before the stream tonight, I was watching Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. Close game pretty much the whole time. It was 109 to 109, then it was like 118, 118. When I was doing the restart, I checked the score, and it was 125, 125 overtime. So if anybody's watching that game, please keep me posted in the comments. Let me know if the Nuggets are going to win that. I think that's probably a preview of one of the late season games, like the playoff games. We had to play them on the way to the 2023 championship. That's when they had Anthony Davis and we swept the Lakers. I say we, like I was on the team. I think I did help though. I wanted it so bad. It was in my prayers every night before that. So I did help this much. Well, this much. I know somebody that was telling me that they came down here to get opera tickets, and they were like, "You know how much they wanted for the tickets? They wanted $50 a ticket." I was like, I was expecting you to say something like 500. I've been going to concerts lately where the cheapest tickets are in the like 150 range and then go all the way up to like 1,200. If it's even over 200, Linda's like, that's going to be a no for me. I really like the side of the building right here. The way that they did it, it looks like running water. Let's see if I can hold it still enough. But it looks like this whole middle part of the building is always moving. I think they did it with like reflective tiles and then just a blue light in the middle. It's a little bit windy. A lot of people out here. This is Colorado Convention Center. I can't think of the last thing I saw here. It was probably like a toy convention or something. I got Linda's car washed right before the stream too. Oh no, I got close to the trunk and it just opened it. I turned that feature on because when I'm walking out with my pickleball bag, I just stand behind the back of the car and it opens. Ever dropped a stream, restarted the phone, and then connected with the same stream? That's a first for me. These ladies are not cold. My friend that just turned 50, we went to Volcano Ramen last night. That's where we had dinner. And then he's having a karaoke jammy jam tonight that they were sad that I was going to miss, but I wasn't as sad. I don't love karaoke stuff. I don't love performing karaoke, and I don't love sitting around and watching other people do it. Ooh, this is a one-wheel homie right here. When I first moved to California, I was living, well, my first apartment in California was in Sherman Oaks. And I had a roommate that was really into karaoke. And he used to go to this place in Burbank called Dimples. And I went there with him one night. And I walked in, and sitting at the table, Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell. Which I watched maybe like 7 seasons of Saved by the Bell growing up. That Mr. Belding was just like a huge part of my TV experience growing up. He would sing in there. He was actually pretty cool. And the other memory I have is that there'd be a guy that was sitting kind of in the back table by himself, not really talking to anybody. And my roommate was like, "Do you know Stone Temple Pilots?" I'm like, "Of course I do." He's like, "That's Scott Weiland, the lead singer." And I look back and I'm like, oh my God, it really is. The lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots would just chill in there in the back, drinking. I would think that would be torture, like sitting there watching people do a bad job singing these songs. And at the time I was like, this is what I thought it would be like moving to Hollywood. I thought I would see all these like C-list actors everywhere. Oh, this is a cop in front. That cop just sat halfway through and didn't turn. Sonia, it hasn't been too bad, Turtlebud. It's been hot. It was 85 here today. Sheesh. My friend that came from California, he lives in Pasadena. We called his wife last night on FaceTime. She was like, I think it was 95 degrees today. I was like, no, that can't be right. We looked it up. It was like 92. Crazy. For it being winter still, 92 degrees. And I'm going to go up snowboarding a couple times this next week. Oh, look at Civic Center. It's lit up green tonight. Even though there's not a lot of snow down here, there's still snow at elevation. And then you kind of have to check the wind reports. It's been very windy. That's one of the things that will kill a day on the mountain. If it's windy in the parking lot, then you know once you go higher on the chairlift, it's going to be even windier. If I can dial in a couple days when the wind's not too bad, it'll be perfect. I've been here on and off, had a perforated small intestine, so I had to be in the hospital for a week or so, feeling much better now. Ooh, I'm glad you're out of there. That sounds painful. all these tornadoes, still winter, supposed to snow tomorrow. Yeah, that's what's been crazy too, the extremes. Like, it snowed, I think it snowed last week, and Linda and I stayed up late. We watched it snow till like 2 in the morning. We went to bed. I woke up at like 11:30 or 12, so noon. All the snow was gone. It was just a couple little puddles, but being so close, being a mile closer to the sun, and Colorado being one of the sunniest states, it melts so fast. Feels like we've only had maybe 4 days of actual winter. This is the lobby of a hotel. Usually when I cruise in like this, they think I'm valeting the car. Actually, I'll stop by Carl's Jr. here. There's Carl, and there's Carl's Jr. It kind of looks like a donkey from this side. A donkey. This is right on the side of the museum. I've been cleaning the garage all day, taking an extended break right now. Gefixler, what up? That's one of the things. I don't know how many married people can relate to this, but my wife was like, I left you a honey-do list on the fridge, and it was like all of these things that are like a day-long task. Oh, just fit these in when you can. But I mean, I have over 2 weeks to do it, so she gave me ample time. Oh, this car has purple neon lights inside. So yeah, we're in Linda's Tesla. This is what it looks like on the screen here. My friend that I picked up, he was like, can we please go to the cemetery and see if it lights up with people? But yeah, this is oops. Sorry, I hit the wrong one. Yeah, this is the inside. It has kind of like a little light that goes all around the dash area. I was in this car a lot yesterday. I took my friend to Buc-ee's. We went to Scheels, which is like an amazing sporting goods store. It's kind of up by Berthoud. Maybe like 35 minutes north of downtown Denver. Hey, what up, Punky Brewster? I was just going to ask about this cemetery thing. Yeah, my friend was like, can we please go? And I said, you know, around here, they close the cemeteries down. They don't want people just partying in the cemetery like it's the 80s. They have a caretaker, like, take the gate and close it. So we attempted to go by, it wasn't the biggest cemetery. It was kind of a smaller one, but it was closed at night, which I thought was reasonable. It's just funny the way, because obviously it's trying to like identify right there. There's no cone, but it's saying that there's a cone. We saw somebody like moonwalking backwards through the crosswalk, and then when I looked up, they weren't going backwards. It's funny watching it make mistakes. It was also funny watching I would put it into autopilot mode, and my friend was so untrusting of the whole process. Which I was initially too. Especially scary when the highways out here are 75 and people go like 85 or 90. when you're going 90 miles an hour and you're not driving, and then the car starts like going in and out of lanes, kind of moving positions. If you don't trust the process, you're gonna have high anxiety. What up, Sherry? What up, Burnt Buds 303? Hey, I like that name. What up, Burnt? Did anybody see the update on the Nuggets game? I'm not gonna check it. I'm gonna let the chat check it for me. When I resumed this stream, I think it was 1:30 overtime. Nuggets game was crazy. Is it over? The last one was crazy. They lost. No. The last game was crazy versus the Spurs. They didn't even have Wemby playing, and the whole team was just balling out. Oh no. Well, I think no matter what, the Nuggets are going to go to the playoffs. Ooh, hold on. I'm going to see if I can park right here illegally. As you can see, not a lot of people out here. We're pulling the illegal turn. Here's what it looks like on the screens. And I parked it right here. This is the Civic Center. I think it was last week we came and this was all lit up in black light, like deep purple. You used to be able to drive through here. This was a through street, and now it's kind of staging for like the carriage rides, the horse and buggy rides. I've seen a lot of homeless that kind of congregate in front of there. The park that's in front of that is an enormous park between the Civic Center and State Capitol. It's called Civic Center Park. There's no time restriction. You can be in it all night. And so that's kind of the party spot for the people that stay up all night down here. I should have shown my friend this. I forgot about it. My friend that stayed with me, he's one of the creative directors at Illumination. So he works on the Mario movies. He did the Minions movies. When I first started, when I moved from Colorado to LA, my cousin had a friend of his because my cousin used to draw on The Simpsons. He was an animator on The Simpsons. And my friend that just stayed with me, he also was an animator on The Simpsons. And when they left, my cousin started his own animation studio. But then my friend Dave went and drew for Futurama. And my friend Dave is the one that created Bender the robot. So he does a lot of like character design, a lot of spec stuff, style guides. And since he was working on Simpsons so long, they asked him if he wanted to do Futurama. He worked for a while on Futurama. And my cousin then went on to be the producer of Rick and Morty. So a lot of animation stuff. And my friend Dave, he's just been in the industry his whole life. He went to CalArts, which is kind of up by Magic Mountain in Valencia. So it was fun for me just to ask him, because he's been like saturated in that art scene for so long, what it's like now versus what it was like then. And then my friend that just turned 50, the one that had the surprise party, he is an Emmy. He has several Emmys. Very creative person. He edits. He now is a teacher here in Denver. And so it was so fun talking to him about how his students are and like how they view him, how they view his experience, what it takes now in 2026 to actually do some of these jobs. Interesting conversations. We stayed up really late last night. They were drinking, I wasn't. And surprisingly, even though I didn't get a lot of sleep, I feel great. Hey, thank you so much, Sonia. 5 gifted. That is so sweet. Thank you very much, Sonia. Melissa K got one. KB got one. Trisha, Buck, Gosh. Hey, thank you so much. It feels like spring. which is weird because it really does feel like we skipped the entire winter this year, which would have been a lot more fun if I didn't pay, I think, $780 for my snowboarding pass. And anybody that's married knows you need to, if you make an investment like that, you need to justify, well, because the daily lift ticket is almost $300, meaning if you go up 2.5 times, you paid for the full year. You paid for the season pass. So if you're going to go up more than 2.5 times, which if you live in a snow state, you're probably going to go up more than 2 times. Ooh, I don't know if I want to go down this. Look at how much the dude is in the middle. This reminds me of Hollywood Street, or all the Hollywood neighborhoods. Oh, that dude was tricked out in his 4-leaf clover stuff. Who's doing something fun for St. Patrick's Day? It's been a while since I've like actually been to a St. Patrick's party. Look at this sign here, Great Wall Chinese food. This looks like the original sign. Oh, I was gonna say, at least they have 7-digit dialing. Oh, there's a dude popping out. The way that Hollywood has all of those tours where you can get on the TMZ tour, you can get on the Haunted Hollywood tour and see Black Dahlia's house, the Manson murder houses, stuff like that. I wish there was something like that in Denver, so I could brush up on all the fun facts. Hey, Jack and Neve are in here, member for 22 months. What up? Shout out to Neve and Jack and all the homies in New Zealand. Linda is traveling internationally right now. I think that my next international trip is either going to be Japan or New Zealand. I'm just throwing that out there to the universe. Oh, this girl is making it clap right here. What the heck? Oh, and then all the food vendor people are hustling. Oh, there's about to be a concert that lets out right here. Sorry for the shakiness. This is the Fillmore. They're positioning. Ooh, that smells good. They're positioning themselves to sell some bacon wrapped. That theater that we just passed, Fillmore, big concert venue. This is one of the other concert venues, the Ogden. Whoa, this dude's in my lane. I didn't like driving in this little area when there wasn't construction. Now it's so confusing. Like, we're in the oncoming, well, not right now. We were just in the oncoming lane. Jack and Neve, thank you again. Thank you, Sonia, for the gifted. It's 55 degrees. It feels like I should have brought my skateboard and then maybe done a couple laps at the skate park. You smell my tamales all the way in Denver. I try to support street food as much as that scares Linda. Like, I don't know. I like to see people hustling. The older I get, the less I want to give my dollars to big corporations. I want to give them to actual hard-working people. When I was younger, I just wanted a dollar menu. I wasn't thinking about nutrition. I was shopping by price. ooh, dollar menu, and I have $4, I can get 3.5 things. Those 2 concert venues that we passed, I can't tell you how many nights we parked in the neighborhood across from that, like in, because these neighborhoods don't have street cleaning or the kind of LA things that you have to deal with. So many nights we were just holding our breath as we went back to the car, because we would come back and see a row of cars with their windows broken out and the stereo's gone, because they know everybody's inside the concert. Now, this Tesla is such a tattletale. Like, anybody gets close to the car, it'll send me a little message. The other night, I don't know, I'll try to pull over. Ooh, I'll try to go straight here and see if I can show you. But the other night, Linda and I were playing pickleball, and a message, ooh, somebody knocked this light over. A message came up on my phone that said, somebody just lifted the door handle on the Tesla. And then it had a video. It was like, click here to see the incident. So I clicked, and it was this little kid. Let me see if I can pull it up. Actually, I probably can't. I think it's on my main streaming phone. I'm gonna see if it'll let me access it on this other phone. Oh, actually, maybe I can do it on Sentry mode here. I'm still trying to learn how to use this, all the features in this car. Hey, thank you, Wu-Tang Life. Member for 26 months. Hey, thank you so much. Wu-Tang, it's on your brain. All right, I'm trying to figure out if I can get into the mode that lets me watch that stuff. Is there one Century mode? Let me try to get on the app. Oh, I'm parked, and so it's telling me that the live cameras aren't available. And look, like on the things that you can do, you can fart. And so, like, if somebody was, like, let's say I was just in my apartment watching somebody walk by the car, I could press the fart button, and it shows the little whoopee cushion icon. I was doing that, so Linda would be playing pickleball late with like a couple other of my friends. I would see that she was walking out to the car, and I'd hit the fart. I didn't realize that, because I'm still pretty new to all the Tesla stuff. I didn't realize it was flashing the lights, so she knew that I was doing that. I'm still going to try and see if I can pull this video up. Hold on. And no, I can't do it. I think I might have another way though. Hold on. Because I did send the video to Linda. Let me see if it pulls up in here. Oh yeah, right here. So here, this was the message that I got. So that's my car right there. And after they couldn't get into my car, oh, try one more time to get into my car. Nope, can't get in, and then just gets into their own car. So yeah, it said somebody just lifted the handle on your door, and then I immediately pushed on the clip, and this is what happened. So if that would have been unlocked, would that kid have just gotten into my car? My grandma, the one that's in her late 90s, one of the things she told me was, she was like, if you come out from a mall, look underneath and make sure that somebody's not hiding under your car. Like, who does that? Who hides under someone's car? I bet she checks all the time just to make sure, like, Chucky's not underneath the car with a scalpel, like slicing her Achilles tendon or something. I think people watch too many movies. I've never really caught anybody like underneath the car. Okay, I'm gonna leave this area. I think the reception's bad over here. Hold on. And oh, what's this dude gonna do? It's not a through street. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna drive to the side of that barrier? I bet he does. Oh, he's gonna move the cone. Yes. He must have thought I was waiting there the whole time for that. Oh shoot, this kind of looks like we're not supposed to be in here. I really don't even know what in here is. This all is blocked off. And every exit looks blocked off. I think we're over by the Botanic Gardens. Hey, Mama Hill's in here. I'm super happy to be a homie. Hey, that's my in real life homie, Mama Hill. How are you doing? Mama Hill, baby. So I don't know what this is. All the it must be like a park, and this is after hours. Let's see what this sign says. Pedestrians and authorized vehicles only. Oh, so it must be just like dog walking park. Mama who, baby? 40 months. Thank you so much. And in my gallon. So sweet. Oh, and Shannon? If you get a treat tonight. Hey. Damn, thank you so much. What up, Shannon? Mama Hill and Shannon stopping by. Top fans. Mama Hill, Shannon. Linda's list. Clean the attic. Clean the garage. Take apart and redo transmission. Retile the roof. My dad used to live in Temecula. And he lived on a golf course. He lived on Red Hawk Golf Course in Temecula. And every once in a while, golfers would hit his roof. And he had these like clay tiles. The tiles that everybody has. They're kind of like a half circle. Kind of looks like a fingernail, like curve. So I went up on his roof with him. And we're walking around. And I'm walking on these tiles. I've been walking around on roofs a lot of my childhood. I'd crawl out a window and get on the roof. I'm very comfortable being on a roof. When I was on my dad's roof in Temecula, I'm walking around. All of these tiles were held on by one nail. So it would be like a brick, half circle, and then there's a hole in the brick, and then that's where the nail went through. So every one of those was held on by one nail. And as I'm walking around, I'm like, whoa, any one of these breaks, it's gonna change my life. I'm gonna Humpty Dumpty down the side of this. Oh shoot. Oh no, this is one way. No. Oh shit. Oh. So you know it's me. It's the real me, not the AI me. AI me wouldn't have driven down the wrong way of a one-way. Oh, this is Botanic Gardens right here. I should have known. There's some sketchy one-ways over here. I love this. I love any botanic gardens, really. My favorite, Des Moines, Iowa. There's this big dome in the middle of downtown Des Moines. Beautiful botanic gardens, several levels. I haven't been there in a couple of years, though. Thames 308, the car warned you. Yeah, they started honking and then everybody stopped to like give me a little bit of grace. If that were to have happened in LA, I think everybody just would have driven around me and left me in the middle. Maybe filmed me as they went by for the content. How is this one-way road and be this way straight, so wide and be this way? So that's when I make a turn, the first thing I'm looking for down here is that there's a car parked on the side of the road that's facing the same way that I'm facing. And if I don't see that, then I start to get scared. Like right here, there's no car parked on the side. It's hard for me to tell for sure if this is the right direction. There's got to be a better way. Like those little matchbook like reflective things that they put. Well, on the highway, I know for sure when you look back in the rearview mirror, you can see all of the little reflections that are red. So if you're driving on the highway and you start seeing a bunch of red, that means you're going the wrong way. I bet they said that dickhead is doing in the Tesla. Yeah, there's a lot of Tesla haters. I wasn't quite aware of that before we got the car. But Elon does not have a big fan club. Maybe that's why Linda got this thing Tupac tinted, so she could be incognito in here. Drat, I didn't get a notification, late to the party. Solid State, what up? It was a weird night. When I started the stream, I don't know if anybody remembers, but like 3 streams ago, I hit start and then I was like, whoa, it just started right up. Tonight I hit start and it waited like 40 seconds to start it. And then for no reason, like 10 minutes in, it bricked the stream. So I completely canceled it all out to take you through the process of what I went through. I killed the application, killed all the applications on my phone, restarted the phone, checked the score of the Nuggets game. It was still overtime. Turned the phone back on, restarted the app. Somehow the app was like, do you want to resume where you left off? I'm surprised it gave me that option because I completely shut down the app and then also restarted the phone. I've never seen it give me the option to resume something that was like so canceled out. It seems like it's fine. Hey, R.A. Clark, what up? Happy Saturday night. Turtle Butt, when you were growing up in Denver, did you ever listen to KBCO out of Boulder? Absolutely. KBCO was one of my favorite radio stations growing up. They just had oh, check this out. Here's a clean Denver alley. A little bit dark, but clean. Yeah, KBCO was my channel. KEXP out of Seattle. I listen to that a lot still. They have a lot of good live performances. I was really, 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 really sad when they were talking about shutting down PBS. PBS has this concert series called Tiny Desk. I want to say I've watched 85 to 90% of all of those live performances. I love watching live music on YouTube. Tonight after the stream, I'll probably watch like a Depeche Mode concert from the 80s in Australia. Mama Hill, there's a heap of people in the city in the same boat. Landlords are selling to get more money. Sean, what up? How have you been? I've been really good. What up, Sean? I've been feeling good. My January was a little sketch. My February wasn't that much better. March kind of started turning it around for me. And it's only this is 2 weeks into March. And then the last 2 weeks of March, I have the place my cat and I have the place all to ourselves. He's probably partying right now. Hold on. I'll try to turn down what it is. Now that I've already gone the wrong way on a one-way, I wonder if I got that out of my system or if there's still more of that to come. De La Soul did a new Tiny Desk. Turtle Butt, that's the latest one that I watched. One of the members of De La Soul, Dave, passed away, and they had a little tribute sign there for Dave. I'm trying to go to Red Rocks right before Halloween. There's a show, and it's Cypress Hill, Redman, Method Man, De La Soul, Farside, Hieroglyphics, Diggable Planets. It's called Haunted Rocks, and I'm still looking for tickets. Linda hasn't seen any shows at Red Rocks yet. I'm thinking that maybe that's going to be her first show if I can score some tickets. Red Rocks tickets are always unreasonably priced. But then also my friend Adam Ray, the comedian, he's going to be in Colorado soon. We saw him last year for his Dr. Phil show here in Denver. And he just announced a new date. Dr. Phil and Marshawn Lynch from Seattle Seahawks. They're going to do a show in Seattle coming up. I'm going to be in Seattle soon too. Maybe I should let Zach Stuff know and maybe we can link up. Last time I was in Seattle, we almost linked up, but it didn't quite work out. Is Terry Sparks in here? What up, Terry? I don't see you in the chat, but if you can hear me, oh. So I wanted to take a right here. It's making us go in the incoming lane, and everything on the right is under construction. This is Colfax. This is the area that is sort of equivalent to Figueroa in LA. When there are ladies of the night, this is the area that they'll be in. And then for the people that actually live in Denver, the Denver natives, they really can't find a reason to be out here past dark. When they have that expression, like nothing good happens after 2 a.m., that was made for this area. Oh, shoot. This is where you don't want to go the wrong way on the one way. But it's a 2-lane road and someone's coming straight at you. I don't know if there are any people in the chat that can relate to this, but when I'm driving my wife is very on edge when she's a passenger in the car. And I think that I'm a good driver. I don't pat myself on the back for a lot of skills, but driving is one of the things that I'm very confident in. She will make us a little bit unsafe because she freaks out about certain things, and then I'll get my anxiety will spike, and then I get a little bit less confident. When I'm by myself, I usually feel very confident. That's probably why I'm turning down so many one-way streets. A little too confident. Oh, and this is one of my other favorite venues, the Bluebird Theater. Jack White from the White Stripes was here not too long ago to play with White Stripes, and then he did a little private show right there. Look at this couple in double bunny outfits. The only time Linda and I dress the same is when we're going to the Nuggets games. She'll wear a jersey and I'll wear a similar jersey. Sherry Munt's photography. I haven't seen any that may have been posted this week. I just got my laptop out today. Todd Carnifax. Last 3 Fridays I've had cheese pizza. Is that what that means? When I said that my friend and I went to Rio Grande, there were some interesting things on the menu. He got 3 enchiladas that were fried. So it kind of had like a chimichanga-esque shell on the outside of the enchilada. It looked really good. And then I ordered the carnitas burrito, and it said $17, and I was like, that's a lot for a burrito. Like 1 tortilla shell with a little bit of meat in it. But when it came, it was huge. It was on this like big sizzling plate, and they put a ton of shredded lettuce on the side, and little did they know that that's how I like it. I don't like warm lettuce. I like it on the side. This is a record store. This was big when I lived here. Twist and Shout Records, Denver. Music stores are still thriving here. Which I think is amazing. The prices of vinyl have definitely gone up. But in the 90s when I lived here, there were 3 major locations that I would buy my vinyl. It was this place called Wax Trax. And they had one here in Denver. We go by it every once in a while. And then they also had the location across the street. So there was Wax Tracks, and then the venue across was called Across the Tracks. I spent a ton of money at both of those. And then my number one most supported, well, other than Amoeba, Wax Tracks in Boulder. It was right up on the hill. Just a couple shops down from Fox Theater. I spent so much money there in the 90s, and I remember getting in trouble from my dad. He could still see all my credit card spending, and he was like, what's Wax Tracks? And I was like, oh, it's a music store. He's like, there's some pretty hefty spending going on there. And I remember telling him, this is in the really early 90s. I was like, Dad, I'm going to make it all back doing DJing stuff. And the look on his face, he graduated high school in 1969. When I told him that I was going to make money being a DJ, he looked at me like I just said I was going to be a cartoon character or something. He's like, that's not a real thing. I think if you go to most art colleges, like half the people are DJs there. I really thought I was going to be a DJ like for 100 years. How many warehouses were there? Back in the 90s, there were so many different rave warehouse parties. I just spent $60 US for the new Pretty Reckless LP. Hey, that's money well spent. Amoeba in Hollywood was awesome. Yeah, that's probably, well, the most supported chain other than like Sam Goody or something from the 90s. I spent so much money at the Amoeba in San Francisco. I lived in San Francisco for about a year. Spent so much at the Amoeba that's on Haight-Ashbury. That was a good location. The one in Berkeley was my favorite. It was just very off the beaten path. And then, yeah, I lived down the street from the one that was on Sunset. It was right by ArcLight. And when I first moved to LA, I would go to the ArcLight a lot. I had a 24-hour fitness membership, and there was a 24-hour fitness right across from ArcLight. And they would show a lot of late-night movies, and I would go by myself. I like it when things are empty. I like when you're in a theater and there's only like 7 or 8 people in there. So I would go see a lot of movies at ArcLight late night. And then when I met Linda, that was one of the things I was telling her. I was like, yeah, I go to a lot of movies by myself. And she was like, no way, I go out to eat a lot by myself. And I'm like, why? And then she kind of paused and she's like, believe it or not, people feel sorry for me and sometimes they buy my meal. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, several times I've been eating by myself and the waitress will come over and say, oh, this couple over there decided to purchase your meal or whatever. I thought that was so funny. That's never happened to me. I've never been eating by myself and somebody purchased the meal. But that's the world that Linda lives in. That could happen. Just any random night. Denver cop in front of us right here. This is the venue. This used to be called Mammoth Event Center. Saturday, Nothing More, Catch Your Breath. That's who's performing. One Up Arcade right here. $20 bags of tokens inside. Romantics, which is like adult store here on the corner. And then this is Champagne Tiger. This has the ambulance and fire out in front. That looks like a lowrider ambulance. Does that seem normally, is it normally that low? Anyway, still thankful that I didn't have to restart the stream. I'd love to do like a church tour through some of these old churches. Last night I was having trouble sleeping and I was putting into YouTube urban explorers, like dudes that break into abandoned mansions and like look at the things that were left. Oh, this is Buddy's bar right here. Yeah, Buddy's. Should be called Baddies. Hey, what up, Feldu? That's a Felzu. That's an old Sambo's. Oh, you know what? That church that I was just showing, I think I saw on the news that someone stole the Pope. What is his name? Francis? John Paul Francis. My Pope trivia isn't the best. We went by there one night. I parked and I wanted to see who the statue was of, and it was the old Pope. I think his name was, I want to say John Francis, but that doesn't sound right as I'm saying it out loud. I'm gonna go by and see if we can see the missing, like the area where it used to be. Actually, now that I think about it, that reminds me of a Simpsons episode. I think Bart snuck into the town area and chopped down the statue of like the main founder of Springfield. If Linda was here, she'd be so mad. She's like the best at Simpsons trivia. Jeremy, most of the good ones don't break into those houses. I think... Actually, I thought it was going to be this block, so maybe I'm one too early. This dude is pretty blacked out with his outfit. That looks dangerous. He's hiding from you, Shannon. Good night, everyone. It's been a long day and I'm tired. Have a great week. I'll see you next time. Sonia, thank you so much for the gifted. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Oh, what? Look. Oh, can I make it? I might be able to connect through this parking lot. Maybe it won't let me out. This is the church where he used to be standing. Number one, can I exit here? And that looks like a no. Okay, already this is the one that I thought was gone. pretty sure that's... I'm going to try to hold it steady. Does that look like Pope John Francis? It does, right? Let me try to look it up. Hold on. I'll see if I can research this in 1 minute. Denver statue stolen Colfax.
Statues from outside a Denver Catholic church. The thief using tools to remove the states of the pedestals before riding away on a skateboard.
Yeah, it looks like he came prepared. Jared Dean joined us live this morning. The church looking for answers into this theft. Jared, yeah, he came with tools on a skateboard and kind of took off in the same way.
Yeah, exactly. He was definitely ready to do this. It took some preparation here, and you can see it all in the video there. But those two empty pedestals behind me, that is where the statue stood for decades, and now the church.
Okay, so look for this. Look for this red sign by the door.
We got that security camera footage. We caught up with Father Paul Nguyen, who says security noticed the statue.
Oh, this is the wrong church.
Wednesday, and that's when they decided to take a look at the tapes. The video shows the process from start to finish. A thief rides up on a skateboard to the front doors of Holy Ghost Church.
He just stole the statue?
Takes a hammer and chisel, starts to go to work removing the statues of St. Paul and St. Rita. He then takes out a crowbar to finally pull them from the pedestals. Nguyen says the statues have been a part of the church since 1943 when it was first constructed, and they've stood at the doors greeting guests as they have walked in. Nguyen says the church is now wondering why this happened.
The personal attack, right? It's shocking. Why would somebody want to do it? Kind of now what?
Whoa, he's an Asian dude? I would not have guessed that.
And Nguyen says he did file a police report. He's asking anyone with any information into who this...
So no wonder this is still here. This is the wrong church. I was thinking it was this, and when they were like, yeah, it was a skateboarder, I was like, how did he get away with this? Even if that was hollow, it would be so heavy. He rolls up on his skateboard and just chisels it away. Okay, now I have to figure out how we're gonna get out of here. We might have to do what that guy did and remove some cones. If this were the Jeep, we could just do a little bit of off-roading. Oh, right here. I was looking for like a jailbreak area. This is all open right here. Sweet. Yeah, this is such like a meaty, fortified church. Look at the way they built this. Like, these blocks are definitely gonna last hundreds of years. When I was in Spain, I went to that famous church there. I think it's called Serengata Familia, something like that. The Gaudi project, the church, they built it to be more fortified over time. So as the years went by, it was compacting the entire structure, making it even more solid as time passed. And I think that is awesome. Like, most things get less solid over time. They're breaking down and just being less sturdy. This over time was becoming more sturdy. And then one of the other things, it showed him traveling from Spain to Northern California, and he was standing next to this huge sequoia tree, and the roots of the sequoia tree were kind of doing this. And he was like, yeah, I know that a pillar, because like the Roman pillars were like this, he built everything like this. And he was like, one of the strongest structures the root of a tree, and if you look at how nature solved that problem, it's probably the best way for us to solve it too. And that's one of the things that I like to study. If it's late night and I can't sleep, I'll study biomimicry, and it's basically like how the earth would do some kind of problem solving. Really interesting stuff. I love anything biomimicry related. I'm wondering, so I don't know for sure where that church is. You forgot Gazaris? I don't know. What's Gazaris? What up, Kanani, Melissa, Mama Hill, R.A. Clark, Lisa, Cap, Grifter23, what up, Todd, Sherry. It is 10:30 Saturday night. This is what the downtown area looks like. It's a beautiful night. If you were thinking that you were going to go party, this would be the night to do it. Oh. And we haven't taken a lap over in the bar area yet. Lincoln Park 2 in Long Beach. I'd rather be at an aquarium. I remember when it was being built. Crystal Cathedral. Oh, I would drive by that in Orange County. Really pretty. Oh, this is actually a really beautiful church right here. Seems like these churches are haunted. And this is like OG Denver right here. Has anyone ever seen Batteries Not Included? That's what this house reminds me of. These are all skyscrapers and then just all of a sudden a regular house. We're not selling. I read a story last week about this lady that she was, I think in her late 80s, a lot of health issues, and she lived on this big piece of property. Amazon wanted to put an Amazon fulfillment warehouse there. And so they kept offering her more and more money. She kept saying no. And the last offer that she declined was $26 million. And she was like, no, I'm so old that I just don't want to move. Like, that's her house. She wants to end the story there. And they're thinking like, all right, she's just really holding out for more money. It didn't seem like she was. That would be a nice little parting gift to leave your family. If I was old and someone was like, yeah, you could leave your family with 26 million, I'd probably do that. That's how cold it isn't here. 55 degrees. She might be going to Coyote Ugly at Pavilions. It's hard for me to believe that a city this populated could be so dead at night. I think a lot of nights Boulder is even more bumping than Denver. Both areas have a lot of scooter activity. Oh, we're running. One of my friends is visiting me from LA. They haven't really been keeping up with what I've been doing since I've been back. And they were like, what's going on with your YouTube channel? I said, I'm kind of cruise in, hang out with my friends on the weekend. They were like, so you're not doing news stuff? And I was like, no. It's like Denver's not really a hotbed for like breaking news stories. And they were like, so what do you do on the stream? And I was like, I really just hang out. I light up the stream. There are a lot of people that interact with each other in the chat. And I was like, and I just kind of light up the room and let everybody hang out with one another. And they just looked at me like, why would that be fun? And my answer to that is, I think it's because this community, especially, there are a lot of OGs, especially tonight, Mama Hill, Shannon, people that have been in here for 40 plus months, Todd, Terry. We've just been through a lot as a community. We saw like live action crashes on live stream where I'm chasing after the person that left the scene. I've had the phone slapped out of my hand in front of Laugh Factory. There's just been so many like drama-filled nights. And I really don't miss it. I miss the action of giving the audience something fun to look at. But if I were to have to like pick which one that I would want for myself, I would pick this one. I like the calmness. I like how peaceful my wife and I have been since moving here. And that's one of the things I was discussing with my friend that was visiting from California. I was like, when I'm in California, I feel like I'm in hustle mode all the time. It's just especially Southern California. It's just a bunch of people that are in that hustle mentality. And one of the things I noticed was when I lived in LA, when I would meet people, they would ask me what I did, and then it would almost be like reading things on a resume. Oh, I worked for Disney here for a little bit. Worked for this studio for a little bit. When Linda and I moved here to Denver, people, if you start name dropping and they sense that you're doing that, it's really a turnoff for people. And so I had to dumb a lot of the things down, like not talk about certain things. And at first I was like, oh man, I worked so hard for some of these bullet points on the resume and some of these accolades. But it was really nice to meet people that didn't care about that. And when I meet people here, it feels like they can't be impressed, but in a good way. Like it feels like it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what your resume says as long as you're a good person. As long as you're fun to be around, like the things that you've added to your list of accomplishments don't really matter. And I think that's how I am. I'm 46 years old. Living this long on the planet, when you meet cool people, that is like the thing that is the lighthouse in the storm for me. It's like, oh, there are other cool people floating around. And that, I think, is just the biggest motivation for me, to see other cool people and know, like, okay, there are a lot of douchebags around. There are more cool people than there are lame people, in my opinion. And this area is the arts area. Awesome vibes down here. This is also where they sell mushrooms right out on the street. Motorcycle dude on the sidewalk. This crowd over here, that's where one of the mushroom tables is. Right behind whatever that, it's like a rickshaw. Dang, this area is bumping. Hold on, I need to do good driving through here. This is where people are like running to get into their Uber. All of a sudden the door opens and people are jumping out of an Uber. This guy over here is selling mushrooms. See all these jars? 100% that dude's selling mushrooms. Legally. Oh, and this dude right here with the pink table, mushrooms. I've found that a lot of people here eat mushroom chocolates. So my dad, before he passed away, he and my stepmom were into CBD gummies and THC gummies. And it was so funny, like, hearing them talk about it. They thought they were like, well, number one, they were acting like they were super cool. Like, oh, we're kind of doing drugs again, but it's legal. So it's like doing an Advil is doing drugs if it's legal. Denver Shroom Street. Terry Sparks is in here. What up, Terry? Psychedelics for sale. Now that's my America. So when I was living in LA in 2008, that's when Denver officially decriminalized marijuana. I think it was when Obama was elected. That same time frame. Actually, I think it was 2 states. I think it was Washington and Colorado, both at the same time, decriminalized marijuana. That was cool because, you know, that left little room for all of the cops to nickel and dime that kind of stuff. But really, it was decriminalized a long time ago with the right cops. And what I mean is, like, if you got pulled over and the cops were like, do you guys have anything in the car? If you were, and I don't condone being too honest to cops. Like, a lot of the time it's just better to say nothing and take your chances like that. But the cops would kind of test us and be like, are there any drugs in the car? Here are the mushrooms right here if you want me to zoom. These are the different jars with the mushrooms in them. This looks like a little tincture. I guarantee they have like chocolates and stuff. And so what the cops used to do is they would see your bag of weed and then they would say, like, all right, what do you have to smoke that out of? Do you have a pipe? Do you have a bong? We would always pull out our shittiest pipe because we knew from past experiences that the cop was going to be like, all right, break your pipe and you get to keep the weed. And we would gladly do that. Like, the bag of weed was probably $50 and then the pipe was probably like $5. So for us to break the pipe was nothing. But we ran into that several times. Like, we'd be pulled over by the cops and then they're like, all right, be honest with me. Do you have any pot in here? We'd say yes. And then they'd be like, all right, you know the routine, smash the pipe. And so we would like go over to the curb, smash the pipe, leave the broken glass there. So yeah, I ran into many instances where if you were being cool to the cops, most of the time they would be cool to you back. And the disclaimer is, obviously it's going to depend on the cop, his backstory, the night he's having. Also, 98% of my... Whoa, this girl's not wearing any pants at all. 98% of my interactions with cops have been sober. I like to be sober when I'm out in public. If I'm getting inebriated at all, I like to be at home, furry night jammies on, snacks already laid out, entertainment already pre-planned. I think that's the difference between when kids do drugs and when adults do drugs. Adults are like so seasoned that they know to make the conditions perfect, and then a kid will be like, oh, let's drop acid and go to a concert. Let's drop acid and go to the planetarium. Like, for me, I don't want to be in public when I'm tripping. All right, here's an alley behind the main bar area. So in my mind, this should be trashed. It's right behind the bars. This is where people should be puking. using the alley as a toilet. But nope, Denver pretty clean. This used to be a bad area. This is kind of the 5 Points area of Denver. Oh, some ponies, some Broncos. I really like this colorful art piece right here. It's super dark. I'll try to point out some stars if I see anything cool. Oh, this is a DoorDash dude. The guy that just got into his car. This place is Heaven Ice Cream Bar. Oh, they're getting into the Suicide Doors van. That dude got mad at me for going over the line. After we had dinner last night, we went to Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. It was my friend's birthday. He wanted to go in there, so we went in. We're looking around. They had like chocolate covered dipped Twinkies, just crazy stuff. And so we all picked out several things. It didn't seem like it was going to be that much. It was over $100 for this tiny bag of chocolates. For that price, it should have mushrooms in them. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of people with like green 4-leaf clover necklaces, like LED necklaces that are flashing. I think this is a little swingers bar up here. I think couples meet up with other couples and have a quadruple. Here's that bar at the top. Oh, they're playing la da 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 da. Dog. Oh, I'm playing some terrible rap, some bass, drum and bass right here. Kiss My Blarney Stone right here. A lot of rideshare people. Whoa, bro. I wonder if all these rideshare companies made the DUIs go down. They used to have this thing here in Denver. It was called Denver Night Riders. And if you were at a bar, you could call Denver Night Riders. Somebody would show up on one of those little mini motorcycles. Like, it almost looked like a Shriner motorcycle. The smallest little pocket rocket bike that you could get. And that was the stipulation. They made sure that you had enough room to put that motorcycle in the trunk. And so the service that they offered was, have you been downtown drinking and wish that you could get your car home? We'll show up at the bar, put the little mini bike in the back of your car, drive you home, and then drive back from your house on the mini bike to whatever the next call is. I thought that was such a cool idea. That was right when I was leaving, so it was like 2002, 2003, and there were billboards up for it everywhere. It was like a big deal. I don't know how that ended. This is always where they're towing cars. This is 22nd and Larimer, I think. Don't ever park down here. This is where the cops are helping tow truck drivers out. This dude's standing like a sheriff with his hands inside of the bulletproof vest. That's how you always see, like when sheriff dudes in LA are standing around talking, they all have their hands like on their boobs like that. Oh, they're getting into this Uber. These cops are making it look fun. Okay, now I'm seeing like green velour jumpsuits. Hey, Jack and Neve. Jeremy, can you tell Linda and Neve got first out of the 9-year-old girls in the 100-meter sprints? That's about 100. Hey, that's amazing. I will definitely tell her that. Congratulations. That's really cool. She got first place out of the 9-year-old girls for the 100-meter sprints. Impressive. Shout out to Neve. That's awesome. Perfect time for a car fart. Ooh, good idea. Let me see. So I have to throw it in park. This is park. Oh, right when I put it in park, the light turned green. I'll hit up some farts up here. The only issue is I have to have it in park. Oh, look at this dude's leprechaun overalls right here. Oh, I need to watch Leprechaun in the Hood when I get home. With Warwick Davis. Okay, here's the fart thing. You have to move the whoopee cushion outside. Oh, you can only do it if it's in park. Move it outside. And now when I touch it, you can see that it's playing outside. Here, I'll do it up here when we get by the bar. Look at this girl's boots right here. Yeah. Oh no. That's how tinted Linda's windows are in here. Congrats, Neve. That's so awesome. Look at this dude's poncho right here. Hold on, I'm trying not to hit this car. His poncho just says risky. It's like a hand-woven poncho with just the word risky, and that's it. The risky whiskey. Okay, well, these are the crowds I was expecting to see. Oh, this is the Irish bar right here. Oh, you know they're bumping. Look inside. Oh, it smells like skunk right here. Oh, this is the bouncer dancing. He looks like he's got a red beard. Okay. The vibes feel right here. And it's a very warm night, you can tell. The girls are dressed like it's a warm one. Everybody in the club get tipsy. This girl's pants, interesting right here. Little mermaid pants, one purple shoe, cowboy hat, mermaid top. All right, here's the spot where we're gonna hit the fart noise. Right here. Oh, this girl's gonna hear the fart noise right here. Girl, shake that Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. Shake that Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. Oh, this dude's swerving. Oh, he's got sunglasses on. Oh, this dude just caught the vibe. Yeah. Girl, shake that Laffy Taffy. Look at the Wonder Woman boots right here. Yeah. All right, look at these people's hair when they're crossing. That's how you can see how windy it is. Look at bro's locks in the wind. Sheesh. Windles out here. Ooh, let me get in the chat. Shannon Hansen, Todd Carnifac's mom is out of the hospital. Hey! That is good news. We did a prayer rally, so I don't know if that contributed to it. I hope it did. We rallied some prayers this last stream for Todd. Shannon, thank you so much for the update and the reminder. Because it's Shannon, maybe we have time to do outside fart noise. Yep, we do. One more. Oh no. My friend that I picked up from LA, that was what he wanted to do. He wanted to always have it in fart noise mode. There's a button you can switch it to fart on demand, so you can have it be like every time you do a turn signal on, it'll do fart noise. Or there's just a little button on the steering wheel. These little circular buttons, you can assign these to something specific. So it asks you if you want to make this knob, like when you push in on it, it's the fart noise. Ooh, I don't know what it just activated there. That's how you do the self-drive. The little scrolly ball that's on the right-hand side, that's the one that you push in, and then the car takes over and does self-drive. And then this little area here, see how there's no blue line? When I push it in, oh, it's telling me I can't do it. It says auto steer temporarily unavailable. Why? Maybe because I'm in like a, oh yeah, it's doing it right there. I think it's because we're in a populated area and it's like, this is not auto drive. This is just auto steer. Looks like there's a girl with green hair right here. Oh yeah. There's two girls with green hair right here. Oh, I suck at the zooming now. Oh no. So I missed the zoom on that. The girls with the green hair looked like they were trying to fight some other girls. Let's do a little loop and see if we can get the backstory on that. Where do you even get a green wig like that? could break out my Oscar the Grouch Halloween costume. Ooh, that might be the move. Is actual St. Patrick's Day on Tuesday? I know where that is, too. I know where my Oscar costume is. I love this mural. Wow, good shading. Strong cheekbones right here. Or she used like the rouge from the 80s. And then she put a little rouge on the end of her nose too. Interesting. We would get shrooms at Burger Drive-Thru in Harbor City. Really? When I was in high school, there weren't, so like right now, there are all these different kinds of mushrooms. Oh, look at this big Irish whiskey blow up that they have right here. So like my parents both were hippies. They graduated in like 1969, so super peace and love hippie. Everybody smoked pot. Back then my mom was like, oh, there were a couple kinds of pot. There was Thai stick, and there was and she named like 3 different. She's like, there'd be Sensimilla, Acapulco Gold. She just named like all these old ones that were from like the Cheech and Chong movies. But pot was just pot. I actually took classes. There was this thing, because I was a bud tender for a little bit. I had a little collective in LA. And I took these classes. It was called Oaksterdam University. It was down by the Beverly Center. And it was this older guy that was big in the weed scene. His name was Ed Rosenthal, I think. And they basically gave classes on, here's the history of weed horticulture. Here's how to do the gardening. Here's how to look out for bugs and mold. And it was just like educating you on the process of owning a dispensary. Really interesting stuff. I still take a lot of that knowledge. I wish I would have been more interested in high school and college. I was just kind of taking those classes to go through the motion. And whenever I had to test something, I would just kind of memorize it for the test and not really care. It's very different when you're older and you're actually interested in what you're learning about. Yeah, different. Hey, Sean35. Terry Sparks sent a super chat earlier and said hi. Hey, sorry about that, Terry. Thank you so much. I'm just kind of barely referencing the chat here. I'm trying to keep it on the road. Thank you so much, Sean, for letting me know. Thank you so much, Terry, for showing up. Let me see if I can scroll back and find it. I see the Jack and Neve one. There it is. Hello, Jeremy. I'm here. I lost my membership. YouTube sucks. Nobody needs to worry about the membership. If you come and just watch the stream, that's good enough. Thank you for the support of just watching. Thank you, Sean. I definitely would have missed that and felt bad about it. Oh, let me see if I can get it to focus. Ooh, here's the light rail. Looks like it's going to the land of make-believe. Here's the one from Terry that Sean told me about. Hello, Jeremy, I'm here. Lost my membership. YouTube sucks. YouTube is still my favorite. It's definitely gotten watered down in the last couple of years. I'm hearing a lot of fire trucks and ambulances going west, and we're pointed east. What up, Shannon, Jack and Neve, Sean, Terry, Daniel, Orion, Cap. Everybody that can hear my voice right now, happy Saturday. This dude on my right doesn't have his lights on. And I don't think we could flash him from here. Julie Gomez, what up? Michelle, Turtlebutt, Love, Kanani, 707, Felzu, WW, Todd, Lisa, Tony. Shout out to Dev if he's in here. Shout out to Ellie if she's in here. Zach Stuff if he's in here. What up to all the lurkers that might be chilling? I feel good. Saturday night, it's 11 o'clock. I think people are just starting to get to the bars right now. 10 p.m. in LA. That's even too early for people to, in my experience, people don't really go out till 10:30, 11 in LA. Orion, I'm doing much better. My 80-year-old mom was in the hospital earlier this week. Glad she's doing better. That was a good update. YouTube is shadow banning you. I don't get notifications that you're on. And I'm into your channel. When I see you go live, I'm here. Curb to Cash, I've gotten a lot of messages that say that people were unsubscribed. They had a membership and then it unsubscribed their membership. I've just been hearing about it for so long that none of that blows my mind. But when people actually show up, I know how much of a hurdle it was to, like, I don't know. I have to actively research the people that I watch. I used to rely on the algorithm to just kind of give me notifications, and then the notifications really stopped working right. Damn, Sean 35, member for 36 months. Damn, dude, that's so long. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Terry. YouTube is doing that to a lot of streamers lately. Yeah, it used to make me upset because I was like, wow, these are people that actually are interested in this, and then they're not being notified about it. I just kind of like sawed off all the emotion that dealt with the YouTube side. It changes so much. Hi from Nova Scotia, Canada. Awesome. What up, Stacy? What up to all the Canadians? I get the notification. Oh, good. Pusera, that's awesome. Terry, it was believed that my mom had a stroke, but ruled that out. She is at home doing much better. That's good. Recovery at home, I think, is the best way to do it. YouTube is crazy anymore. The things I mainly watch on YouTube, people putting together like dominoes, like epic room full of dominoes, Rube Goldberg machines, ton of live shows. I watch a lot of live music, acoustic performances, ton of tutorials. They gave me $100 for watching Jeremy. That'd be amazing. What up, Bolt? 5,000. Yeah, it's weird. So lately I've been kind of trying to be more aware of the stuff that happens year to year, because like this time of the year, January through, let's say, April, May, it gets kind of slow. And then May through September is kind of the heavy traffic area for YouTube. That's what I've found. And it feels like, so So last year, my numbers were kind of how they are now, maybe 400 people in the chat, maybe less. And then last June is when I went to LA just to hang out. And that's when the ICE protests started popping off. And we were right in the middle of some of the looting. I was in downtown LA. I was in the Diamond District when they were looting some of that stuff. Some of those streams had like 800,000 views. And so what happens with YouTube, if I had a weekend that I had 8,000 or 800,000 views on the stream, the next stream after that, it's basically going to put me in the browse feature and offer me to that same audience. So the weekend that I had 800,000 views, the next time I went live, it was offering me to that many people. The last couple streams that I've done here in Denver, those got around like 4,000 views, and some of them had to be members only because we got copyright strikes. That is the top that it would offer me to that next stream. So if the last stream did 3,000 views, it's really only going to put me in the browse feature to about that same audience. So that's different. Like YouTube used to be a little bit more liberal about who they would offer your stream to. I knew a couple streamers that would research the analytics and find out like, oh, this is when there's more competition with other streamers. So I'm going to go live when there aren't as many people streaming and try to pick up some of that audience. There's just different ways to do it. And the way that I've been doing it the last couple months is making sure that I want to be out on Saturday night. The last like 5, 6, 8 times that I've been out, I actually really wanted to do it. I need to keep it in that vibe. Like I need to not look at it as something I have to do and something that I want to do. I think that at least for right now, this is the sweet spot, at least for this moment. But when it gets warmer, that's when I do actually want to stream a little bit more. And I just want to be outside a little bit more when it's nice. 92 degrees in March is pretty crazy. It is LA, so you know it's going to be warmer there, but summer temperatures in March. Oh, I just missed something I would have loved to zoom in on. There was a dude on a scooter that had a big wolf furry hat. Wonder how he could even see out of that. I think being a firefighter or a cop here in Denver would be very relaxed. Especially compared to all the like jaws of life, car rollovers, all the calls that I was seeing in SoCal. It was actual work. Hey, Windy Cookie Worm. Thank you so much. Member for 23 months. We have some OGs in the chat tonight. Wendy, thank you. Let's see if I'm good enough to zoom in on this. Hold on. This dude's riding a expired tag. Not too bad. Still expired. They won't do anything about it. Oh, let me see. Windy Cookie Worm, member 23. Thank you so much. Shout out to all the larkers. The reason the music sucks is this is a royalty-free station. So this is what the artist would be willing to give away for free. Where is this group going? Can find me in the club. Pocket full of bub. This dude has a vest on. Like a 90s FUBU vest. Hey, Bryce is in here. What up, Bryce? Sean, are you gonna stay cool enough this summer, Terry? It's a good question. Whoa. right, I'm gonna be out of the chat for a second. There are a couple one-ways here that I need to be on my game. These girls are headed to the club. Whoa, that little loop that we take by the bars, that looks like it's getting packed now. I guess that shouldn't surprise me because these bars usually have a lot of St. Patrick's Day themed gatherings. I think I just smelled her perfume. Lay some farts. That's why I need a co-pilot, somebody that can DJ the farts for me. I can just point to the DJ and have him fart it up. Linda and I were just, so for my birthday, Linda took me to Fogo de Chao, all you can eat meat spot. Oh, these dudes have their legs out tonight. Get it, bros. We went to Fogo de Chao. We bought the gift certificates at Costco. So pretty much anything that we know we're gonna go to, we see if there's like pay $75 but get $100 worth of gift certificates. They had that for Fogo. Linda and I both did the all-you-can-eat meat and salad bar, and it was $65 each. And while we were there, they were bringing around like pineapple mimosas that had alcohol. That was free. They brought out pão de queijo, which is like the cheese bread, the like Brazilian cheese bread that I love. I really heard them on the well done steak and the cantaloupe. I love fresh cut cantaloupe. So I had the green. When you're at Fogo de Chao, you have a red and a green. And when the green's up in the air, they bring you unlimited meat. They just keep walking by. I was passing on a bunch of things. Like they'd come by and say garlic chicken. I'd be like, no. They'd say ribeye. I'd be like, no. So after you say no a couple of times, I think it's in their training for them to say, well, then what are you looking for? So that they know, like, okay, when that comes out, I'm going to bring it over to your table. They said, what are you looking for? And I said, well done filet mignon. And they always go, like depressed that that's what I want and that's what I like. And then Linda like hides her face. She's embarrassed. But that's what I want. I'm sorry. Like, I want a jerkied out filet mignon. I know how much people talk shit about it. It doesn't matter to me. So eventually they brought out like a skewer and it had 2 filet mignons that were like hockey puck burnt. And so he put one on my plate. Hold on. And then he said, is that good enough? And I was like, well, can I have one more? And he's like, yeah. And so then I went to, hold on. I went to the salad bar and I got blue cheese crumbles. And then I watched Linda kind of making fun of me because I put each bite of steak out and then I divvied up all of the pieces of blue cheese so that every bite of steak could have its own little piece of blue cheese. And then Linda just sat there disgusted looking at me because she, number one, hates well done meat, like most humans. And then number two, she thinks that blue cheese is like basically mold. Like in her mind, you're just eating like purple mold. Whoa, I just kicked this. This just almost, whoa. This is so heavy. I just kicked it and it barely moved. Look at this bolt. what's going on with this bolt right here? That's meaty. Actually, let's take this bolt and throw it in the water. There's people across the street watching me. Okay, this bridge is one of the OG bridges in the area. Manny's Bridge. This bridge symbolizes the revitalization of the lower downtown Denver 20th century. Represents one of the many contributions. Yeah, come down here if you want to read the rest of it. We're getting ready to throw this bolt into the water. And I'm going to try not to drop my phone. Okay, right here. Oh, there's a duck right here. I'm going to try to miss the... Oh, whoops. I'm going to try to miss the duck. I'm going to aim for right there. Here we go. Make a wish. Chunky blue cheese dressing. Okay, so anybody that likes blue cheese, I like blue cheese, but I don't get like the most blue pieces, if that makes sense. Like I like, if I opened a brand new container of blue cheese, I really don't eat the ones that are so blue that it's almost purple. I like the white blue cheese that still has that taste. One time I was on a yacht and the chef asked me, before I got on the yacht, I was freelancing for this really rich family. And once we were on the water, there really weren't a lot of shopping options. So before I got in the boat, he was like, what foods do you hate? What foods do you like? What are you allergic to? And so I just named a bunch of foods that I liked, and I put on the list blue cheese. And the chef was like, have you ever had apple pie with blue cheese? And I said, no, my grandma's Norwegian, and my grandma would always make apple pie with a huge slice of cheddar cheese, like super sharp cheddar on top of the pie. So I was like, no, I've had cheddar on apple pie, but never blue cheese. He made me this apple pie with just very subtle blue cheese on top. It was so good. I never would have like experimented with that. Oh, somebody's tube for their bike right here. And yeah, Linda, absolutely disgusted by anything blue cheese related. She thinks blue cheese is made when you like take your sock off after. I'd probably catch her eating toe cheese before I'd see her eating blue cheese. If she was here right now, she'd be doing her little like fake puke noise, like get me open up the chat. She is smart. Linda, very smart lady. Mike Brosnan, blue cheese. See, I never connect with people on my tastes. Music, I can connect with people. Art, sometimes connect with people. I have just like the bottom of the barrel taste in food, I guess. Linda knows what she's talking about. I agree with Linda. There's a lot of Linda fans in here. Jack and Neve, yes, it's a privilege to work with elderly people. Ooh, Orion, hell yeah. Didn't get buns, so it's chopped cheese and tacos. Hey, that sounds good. Apple pie with ice cream sounds really good. I'm with you on well done meat. So I've told this story a couple times before, but my sister, she's lived on a couple different continents. She lived in Argentina, she lived in Mexico, South Korea, India, England. She's just lived all over. When I was in high school, my sister's 4 years older than I am, and we've always been very competitive. When she moved to Mexico, she was a vegetarian. and she came back to visit, and she was talking about being a vegetarian for a couple of years. And at that time, we weren't really getting along very well. And she made a comment like, yeah, Jeremy, you wouldn't be able to be a vegetarian because it takes a lot of willpower. Something that she kind of like slighted me with. I don't remember exactly what she said, but I was like, oh, I could definitely do it. She's like, no shot. You couldn't do it. So I started being a vegetarian just to prove her wrong. That's honestly how it started. And then after, it really wasn't that hard for me. At the time, I was eating a lot of cheese fries, potatoes, Skittles, macaroni. Like, it wasn't that hard for me to avoid meat. 1 year turned into 2 years, and turned into 3 years. It was probably 6 or 7 years that I didn't eat meat, which was crazy. And then at that point, people that I was hanging out with were like, $200 to take a bite of this cheeseburger. And always trying to see like what my breaking point was. The breaking point ended up being bacon. Well, also, my energy levels were so low because I just wasn't doing protein right. I would eat like beans and rice. That was protein. I would get protein from peanut butter and stuff like that. It just wasn't good protein. And then after years of being a vegetarian, the first time that I tried meat, the way it made my body feel, like it felt like when they put, dye in your veins and then do a CT scan and you could see the dye running all through your body. It felt like I could feel the protein and the energy going into these areas of my body that it hadn't been in. And it made me like ravenous for meat because of the energy that it gave me compared to the shit diet that I had before that. So yeah, when people are like, oh, were you ever vegetarian? And I say yes, I have to put the little asterisk by it. Like, I really didn't do it for the reasons that most people do it. And then when I started eating meat again, it turned into a big texture thing. So I like very crispy bacon. I like meat that has the texture of like jerky. But if it's not done enough, if I can taste the blood, it reminds me of like getting punched in the lip and you can taste, oh, my lip's bleeding, I can taste it. That's how the meat tastes to me. Oh, buddy. This is Sam's number 3, this green roof. It was featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Guy Fieri. Linda had bad French toast there, so we haven't been back. I don't think it's hard to make French toast. You just get thick white bread, like Texas toast white bread. Put a couple eggs in a bowl, beat the eggs up, dip the bread in the egg, throw it on the griddle, put a little bit of like cinnamon on it, and then once it's done, put a little bit of powdered sugar on it. That's easy. That's like almost omelet easy. But as a husband, you have to be careful when you make something really tasty. Your wife is just gonna always buy the ingredients, always be asking for it. So my strategy has always been to be kind of a mid-cook when I'm cooking for my wife. I want her to like the food, but not so much that I become like Ratatouille chef of the house. I still want to share the chefing. This is the big clock tower that I like on 16th Street. And then Optive. Ooh, the flag. That star-spangled banner yet waves. Land of the free, home of the braves. All right, we're gonna do a couple more laps in this bar area, and then I'm gonna go home and get some sleep. One of my little cousins has spring break this week. So he's in middle school. He and I are going to go to a Nuggets game on Tuesday. And he's going to be spending the night with me, I think maybe Sunday and Monday. And we're just going to play video games, eat pizza, and nachos. This might be the last lap that we do. You can see how the people are turning out. These two streets are the ones with the worst traffic. But there's a whole crew of like skirt girls right here. I think anything over 20 degrees turns into skirt weather here. My sister lived in South Korea for a couple years. My wife Linda lived in South Korea for a couple years. And one of the things that Linda talks about, she's like, that there was the best street food in South Korea. And she said, but it's kind of taboo for women to wear revealing things on top. She said, but like every Korean girl had their legs out no matter what the temperature was. It kind of seems like it's the same here. Orion, I like meat. Our mom fed us beef tongue. Wow. All us kids loved it with a bit of mustard or horseradish. My mom used to make, so I grew up in Iowa. My mom used to make a peanut sandwich. So bread with just like a little bit of mayo and then peanuts, like peanuts just on bread with mayo. That was an actual sandwich my mom would make. Just so you know, like, why I grew up the way I did. That, to me, that's not a sandwich. Just peanuts and mayo. Well, Fluffernutter to me is a sandwich. I think people would probably have a problem with that. First you take the fluff, then the peanut butter. Or first you take the bread, then the peanut butter. Then you add the fluff and you've got a Fluffernutter. A lot of people wouldn't consider marshmallow cream to be good protein on a sandwich. I do. That doesn't sound good. I concur. Lingua tacos are fire. Linda, so whenever Linda tries a lot of cheek. She'll eat a pig's cheek. She'll eat a lot of animals' cheeks, actually. Like face cheeks and butt cheeks, actually. She got mad at me one night. So sometimes she'll act like she doesn't watch these streams. I'll know if that's actually true by the look on her face when I get home. I got home one night. This is like 3 weeks ago or something. And I go, hey, baby, how are you doing? She goes, I do not eat fish eyes. And I was like, what? She goes, you said on the stream that I eat fish eyeballs. And I go, yeah, I think you do. That's why I said that. She goes, I do not. She's like, sometimes, I won't eat. I'll eat around it. Maybe every once in a while. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. I do not eat eyeballs ever. 0% of the time. I'm like, you will entertain it in the right circumstance. You just missed this dude doing such a weird parking. This dude. And then this dude's going to go right after all that. Oh, and then this dude's going to go right. That was weird. And then here's the fashion out here. If you're a group of girls, you pretty much have to have short shorts. The entire group right here. And jean shorts are super in. Oh, they're walking synced up right there. What is that dangling from her skirt? It was like little flares. Okay, this might be our last lap through this little area here. This is, if I was to pick the most congested nightlife area, this is the street. Is that a Green Bay Packers jersey? Oh, Eagles. Go Birds. Radishes are underrated. I agree. In Iowa, oh, is she fighting with him? Oh, her arms are crossed. That's not good. The arms crossing answered that question. She's like, in what world is that okay? Let me explain it to you. I'll add some clarity. No. Answer my question. In what world would that be okay? This dude's mustache. This dude's straight out of the fucking 70s right here. He's a Allman brother. They're waving at their fans. I think this girl in the white is the one that was upset with her dude. Oh, it's this guy in front of me that's revving like that. Sean just threw up in my mouth. Donald, what up, bro? What does she have in her hand? What's that sparkly thing? Oh, the guy just walked away. Oh, she's mad. Oh, he's turning around. He's walking back now. I want to see if one of these rickshaw dudes will let me take the bike for the night, and then maybe I could stream in one of these. I bet they wouldn't let me just do it for free, but I bet if I rented it from them. Look at this girl's pajama pink outfit over here. It's like a full bodysuit. Oh, Scooter Bros going down the middle. Exotic candy? All right, since there's a lot of stopping, I'll hit the fart noise when we get up here. Cucumber and cream cheese sandwich. That sounds good. Oh, in Iowa, they have this vegetable. I think it's vegetable. It's called kohlrabi. It's kind of a tasteless root. I used to eat it as a kid. And then in the Midwest, I ate a lot of rhubarb growing up. Just on its own. Like, when people think of rhubarb, I think they think of like strawberry rhubarb pie. But I grew up just eating a lot of rhubarb on its own. Look at all the people on the sonar here. Yeah, the traffic is, I think this is the worst street for the club traffic. Let me catch up on the chat. Bolt 5000, Megan, get in the car. Look at this dude's socks right here. Blarney. I don't see anybody really wearing a coat. Oh, and this dude just parked right here. What the F? That is the worst spot to just leave your vehicle. How do you even do that? Oh, look at this girl's Chewbacca boots right here. What a Wookiee. Chewie. What a Wookiee. Alright, we have to actually go around this dude. Because he's the most important person and he just straight up parked on their street. The dude behind me saw that I was going around and decided to cut me off. This guy right here that's passing. He saw that I wanted to go around and he snaked me. That's bad karma, bro. The green wig is definitely making a statement out here. Oh, they're playing Blow the Whistle. It's bumping out here. Blow the whistle. Little high school dudes want to be on camera. Terrible music out here. Wow, it's rocking out there. So this street right here, as you can see on the left, this little bar area is pretty banging. You can see all the Wonder Women waiting to get in. And then if I take a right on this next street, I'm positive that there's an Irish bar on the next one. I think there's a Scottish bar over here too. But the Irish bar is where you want to be, on St. Patty's. We'll do one more loop for the leprechauns. Well, he doesn't have the open sign on. This is how the Tesla is viewing the scene out there. Oh, who are these people in front of me? It just acted like there were two bikers in front of me. Well, I think it was reading this rickshaw dude over here. This car looks all futuristic. Music has gotten really bad lately. I agree. I've been listening to a lot of 80s music lately. Hope everything is okay, Neve. Hey, no alias 4900. Thank you so much. 24 months in my homies. Let's see if I can get it. Hey, no alias. Thank you so much. What is the oh no Jack and Neve about? Neve here. Mom had an accident outside. Have a good night. See you guys later. Oh no. That's not good. Neve, hope you're taking care of your mom. Hope Jack's okay. Jeremy, clear the Tesla's throat. Okay. So we go into toolbox fart noise. Here are the options: fart on demand, fart on turn, fart on contact. Here, let me turn this down so you can get the full effect. And then you can see, only if I put it in park will it let me put it out here and do it outside, and then it will do that underneath the car. I have to have it in park to do that. Oh yeah, yesterday was Friday the 13th. Oh shoot. I completely forgot to think about it on the day. I was in full birthday mode. Oh, this dude's getting his car towed. Oh, the cop's mad at the guy for towing his car. He's got his car on the flatbed and he's talking shit to the tow guy. And then this cop is just like making sure the tow dude's safe. You want a tow? I'll get you a tow with nail polish. Fucking amateurs. Oh no, she's fallen. She won't get up. What do you need to get up? One slice of pizza? She's like, I'll get up when the Uber gets here, and not a second earlier. Oh, she's gonna get up. Oh, oh. Well, look at the orange wig. And then here's the Irish bar, Scruffy Murphy's Irish pub. Is that Scruffy Murphy? Oh, this dude's smoking a blunt right in front. Oh no, it's a cigarette. Probably not a cigarette if it takes that long to light. Ninth time's a charm. You gotta want it, bro. You gotta want it. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna do one more lap. I'm gonna try not to get hit by all. See all the people are just driving in crazy. Like, I don't even know where that dude's coming from. Here are the outfits on the sidewalk. Girl, shake that laffy taffy. That laffy taffy. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. All I want for my birthday. Hey, Zach Stuff is in here. What up, bro? Remember, for 27 in my gallon. Keep it rocking. Yay. Zach, thank you, bro. Please throw Zach a sub if you're not already subbed on his channel. He's got a YouTube channel, Zach Stuff. I double dog dare you. Look at all the cops parked right here. Ambulance, cop, ambulance. Dang, this place has a huge line. This is the rooftop bar up here. They are gigging up here. Does anybody still drink Mickey's beer? I think this dude's peeing in the alley back here. He is. Look at his posture. He's definitely peeing. Oh, and his boy had his back. Cover me, bro. I'm gonna pee on the street. Alright, this is going to be my last loop through this bar area. It's a good night when I don't get in any little fender bender type crashes. There's a lot going on out here at night. We're right in front of Coors Field. Shout out to Mama Hill and Shannon Hansen. We have to catch a baseball game here sometime. There's a real cowboy right there. Hey, nice belt buckle too. Oh, they listen to Aaliyah. Ah. I hope you're expensive, man. Doubles scooter right here. She's like falling asleep in the back. Bacon wrapped going down. She's the warmest person out here with this hat. This dude has a hypercolor shirt on, it looks like. Out of all the things from the 80s and 90s that got rebooted, I wonder why hypercolor fabric didn't get rebooted. Seems like kids would be into that. Zach Stuff, thank you again. Texas Man in Black. Hey. Hi, Jeremy, fellow riders of the night. I'm sorry I have not been in much. My new job is demanding. Get you and Linda something good before you go in tonight. Yo, thank you so much. Yo, Texas Man in Black, that is so sweet. I'm going to turn that into some tacos. Oh, this dude just rolled right up into traffic right here. Oh, we just did that right in front of that car. Whoa, bro. I thought we were going to see a live action crash. He just did that little U-ey right in front of the car. Okay, let's see if we can make it. Texas Man in Black. I will definitely turn that into like a quesadilla or something. I waited there a little bit longer for him. His girlfriend looked out the window like, I don't think you know who you're fucking with right now. And that was a dude in a big old truck. I'm guessing that he doesn't love Tesla drivers. This is my wife's car, okay? I didn't purchase this car, okay? My Jeep gets 9 miles to a gallon, okay? Whoa, this is a BMW bike. Whoa.
Not me. I didn't drop it.
Oh, Nana. What's my name? Oh, Nana. I like the action. Like for Denver, I definitely like the action. It's usually very sleepy out here. The thing I don't like is that there's just so many opportunities to hit people crossing the road. Oh, is this dude hitting the nitrous balloon? Oh no, that's her green cowboy hat. Sick. I like that. Look at this dude's plate. Oregon appointed. Appointed. How do you get that plate? How do you get appointed? That Sprinter van right there is what I want to convert into a little camper. I think I am getting old because I just don't like this new music. So much so that after the stream, I'm probably going to have to cleanse my ears with some 80s. Texas Man in Black, thank you again. R.A. Clark, happy St. Patrick's Day for Tuesday. Hey, thank you so much. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all the homies. R.A. Clark member for 30 months on top of that. Please let me know right now if I missed anything that you can think of. Hold on, I can't get it to focus. I'm trying with my other hand. Oh, come on. There we go. It keeps locking the focus. There we go. R.A. Clark member for 30. Kids need rebooted. I like that. Kids also need belts, but that's not a new thing. This dude has his pants like around his knees. Man, I can't focus. There we go. Okay, this is my last lap through this area. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Hope you're drinking your 40 ounce of Mickey's. I have green eyes, so don't pinch me. Love you guys so much. We're going to do one more lap through here, but hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to have a really fun week. I hope you do the same. I'll see you next weekend out here. This lady's dress is like Marilyn Monroeing. Oh, she's got a puppy. Interesting. Who brings a dog to the club? Oh, more Chewbacca boots over here. Those look really hot. These girls do not look old enough to get into the club. Bacon wrapped hot dog ninja just setting up. Don't you think you could make a lot of money by just getting maybe like 4 Costco pizzas, keeping them hot, and then just doing pizza by the slice after the club? Get one of those rickshaws, and then... Do you guys need a ride? No. You guys need a slice of pizza? Yes. You could do 2 for 1. 2 birds, 1 pizza. Oh, Bacon Wrap Ninja set up right at the end of the line. Oh, he's making one for himself. I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen a vendor eat one. That's a really good sales tactic if that's what's going on. He's like, hey, would I eat one if you were going to get food poisoning? I wouldn't, right? That means you should buy one, eh? I'm like enjoying it myself and stuff. Whoa. Looks like he's putting Lysol on it. What was that? That looked like Parmesan cheese. Is he gonna eat it? Oh, he is eating it. First time I've ever seen that in my whole life. Wow, that's a stream first. Oh, and then this lady's selling roses. Rose for the pretty lady? No. Rose, pretty lady? No. Damn, dude is really making it look good too. I like that. His boss probably doesn't like that, but I think that's good advertising. Because I'm always wondering where they keep those dogs refrigerated. He's like, I'm not only selling out here, I've got that dog in me, if you know what I mean. R.A. Clark, thank you again. If I missed anybody from earlier, please let me know before I turn the stream off. I'll give you a proper thank you. Why does this girl look all cold? Oh, and she's hitting a vape just like every other chick out here. Whoa, look up on the roof. They're partying on the roof. This is a decent rooftop party, but this one over here, this is Jaguar Room. Their roof is bumping. Tacos too. Oh, he's riding a motorcycle in the bike lane. Get it, bro. This dude looks fadered. Oh, he went in for the neck kiss. What a Casanova right here. This is Dirk's Bentley's Whiskey Row. Green hot dogs over here. Dang. That music sounds horrible. It sounds like my old printer in the 90s. Whoa, this dude's faded. Oh my god, bro. That dude was swerving hard. Oh, and this dude's in a full suit. Nice, bro. I like being around people that are having fun. I didn't see any fights. Well, we did see that girl fighting with her boyfriend, but I mean like drunk fist fight action. That dude's wearing a, looked like a sheet as a cape. Bold move. All right, I'm gonna go home. Love you guys so much. Happy Saturday night. Hope you have I hope you have a lucky St. Patrick's Day. Please be safe. I'm gonna have a really good week this week. I hope you do the same. Please reconnect with me next week. Tell me what you did. Mwah. Stay safe. Have a great St. Patrick's Day. Please leave comments if you could. Thank you so much, Zach Stuff, for hanging out, keeping me safe. Lala B, Ed, Frank. Oh, hold on. Oh, no. Hold on, I dropped the phone. Let me make sure I didn't just mess the phone up. Okay, phone still works. Love you guys. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much to my mods for holding it down for me tonight. Mwah. See you soon. Bye. Please leave comments.